What you're about to watch is a shortened version of my PVC Cryptex build. Now you might have seen a few of these around, but this is the only one that I know of from here in Australia, and the main thing to take away from it is it's in metric dimensions and all materials are available here in Australia at our local hardware stores. So what I've got on the screen here is a list of all of the materials I used, and all up it comes to about $10.40. I'll leave this on the screen for a few more seconds and you can pause and see what I've got. So here I'm just going to quickly go through the pieces that I have. Here is the 60mm PVC end caps, need 2 of those. This is the 50mm PVC coupler, just 1 of those. Then we've got some 40mm PVC pipe, 50mm PVC pipe. And I've also used this DWV pipe, so 1 50mm coupler. And then we've got a 50mm piece of pipe and a 65mm piece of pipe. What you can now see on the screen is an A3 mock-up of this project. So if you print this out from the PDF in A3, everything will be to scale and you'll just be able to stick it together and it will look something like this. And what you'll be able to do is glue it together and see how all of the pieces fit together. In this section, we're going to be making the combination rings. We'll make the inner rings, then the outer rings, glue them together, and finally make the combination rings. If I go back to our A3 model, we're actually going to be building this section here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the DWV pipe into 4 25mm pieces and a 3mm piece. This is going to go towards making the outer rings. Then we need our PVC pipe, 3 15mm pieces, a 10mm piece, and a 3mm piece. This is going to make the inner rings. Then what you do is you take the inner rings and you cut your 2mm gap. Now eventually this will widen out and your screws and your bolts will be able to go through the middle of that. Then what you need to do is to make the rings, you will cover the inside of the outer ring in glue, place the inner ring inside it, and you can expand it out and then put clips on it, and this will hold it in place. However you want to hold it, I just use these clips. It's nice and cheap and they're lying around the house, and then you just even up the edges and let it dry. Once all the rings are glued and dried, just stick them onto your piece of DWV pipe and test how they fit together. So just give them all a bit of a spin. If there's any rough edges or any large gaps, just use some sandpaper and sand them down. Once you've got the 4 combination rings sanded and fitting together, now just put them with the keeper ring and just see how that one fits as well. And same again, any gaps or rough edges, just sand them off. Once you're happy with the fit, it's a good idea to label them. So what I've done is just where the groove is, just put some tape on it and align numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 so they can always go back in the same order. Just remember number 1 is the combination ring that's only got the 10mm inner ring on it. The rest have all got 15s, but this is the 10. In this section, we're going to be making the female end of the Cryptex. So you're going to need your 60mm PVC end cap, your 50mm DWV coupling, and your 50mm DWV pipe. If we get out our A3 model, you can see this is the end that we're going to be building on here. So the first step in making the female end is you take the coupler, and as you can see it won't fit inside the end cap, so just grab some sandpaper or a belt sander and just sand down the outside half. Once you've sanded it down enough that it fits in, you just cut that piece in half and you can fit it inside. You will end up with something that looks like this. See the couple of pieces inside. Make sure you leave about a 3 to 4 mil overhang outside, and you'll see why later. The next step is to take your DWV pipe and fit it inside the coupler. Push it in as far as it'll go. About 30 mil it'll fit in. And then what you need to do is you take your pencil and you draw a line. Now I'm not pushing it all the way in so I can get it back out, but you push it in, you draw a pencil line around the outside. And then you can also mark a slot which you're going to be cutting out. And that's where your screws or your bolt are going to be sliding up and down. Then the next step is cutting it to length. So you need to take your ruler, measure out 100 mil, mark it, and then cut. So basically I just put the piece into a vise and I just cut with a saw. So now that I've got the slot cut in the pipe, I just need to attach the keeper ring. So you've seen this before, except this time I'll just glue around the outside of the pipe, hold the keeper ring in place, add my clips, let it dry. In this section we're going to be building our male end, so we're going to need the 60 mil PVC end cap, 50 mil PVC coupling and 40 mil PVC pipe. If we're looking at the A3 model, this is the piece that we're looking at building. So to make our male end, we're going to take our PVC coupler and we're going to cut it to length. Now, just remember one end fits in better than the other. So the end that doesn't fit in, that's the bit we're going to cut off. So 30 mil cut and it'll fit straight in. Here you can see the PVC coupler has been cut to 30 mil and it fits in without any need for sanding. Next we need to cut the male piece to the correct length, so add the coupler, add the end cap and measure off 140 millimeters and cut. Now we've cut our PVC pipe to 140 mil from the coupler line, also added in the keeper ring line, and now it's time to mark where the screws are going to go. So from the keeper ring line, we're going to mark 20, 45, 70 and 90 mil. What I like to do now is fit the pieces together and then just do a quick check that the holes that I've marked correctly match the slot. Now you can see here the slot matches up where I've put some of the marks for the drill holes, as well as I've put in ring number 4 just to have a double check to see that it's in the right position. Drill one at a time, starting with number 4. Once you drill and put in number 4, put on the combination ring, make sure it turns okay, and then same for 3, then 2, and then finally number 1. So what we're going to be doing in this section is the final assembly. It's going to be all of the gluing. So we need to take the DWV coupler, which we've sanded down, and a PVC end cap, and we need to put some glue in there and fit it inside. And don't forget that we're supposed to have a little bit of overhang, so here's one that I've made. So that's the overhang there. The next step is taking the female end and fitting all the combination rings on. So don't forget to fit them on in the correct order. And then what we need to do is we need to put glue around the inside of the coupler, and we're going to be pushing on the female end to finish its construction. Here is a quick look at the female end all glued together. We now need to finalise building of the male end. So take the end cap and the coupler, fit them together, take the pipe, fit them together with glue, and what you'll end up with is something like this. And that's it. your Cryptex is finished. It's now just a matter of labeling or painting however you see fit. Thanks for watching. If you want to find more information on this build, have a look at the full length video as well as the A3 schematic diagrams.